My name is Kason. I am in Harbor Springs. That's where we are right now. I work for a local Native American tribe. I'm the water quality specialist. But I began my love of water as a child. I grew up on some property, a huge piece of property where we had ponds and streams. We were also 5 miles away from Lake Michigan. In Manistee, that's where I grew up. There are so many beaches. There's, Magoon Creek, Crescent Beach, Sudling Park, First Street Beach, Fifth Avenue Beach. There's Orchard Beach State Park. So there's all these great places to access Lake Michigan. And we went to them all. It was great. So now living up here, it's similar. There are so many great beaches, and my favorite is definitely Petoskey State Park, just because there's actually a spring that runs out of Mononaqua Beach. And I remember discovering the spring probably last year. I was looking for springs, and I had read this account of, when you come to the spring, you'll know it because the water will feel ice cold. And I was thinking, like, okay, I guess. So I go to the state park, and I'm just, walking along. I've got my GPS. I'm ready to mark the spring and put it on a map for maybe the first time, at least for my knowledge. And I remember getting to the spring, and, of course, Lake Michigan is already cold, but it was definitely ice cold, just as the account had told. And I was like, wow, this is so cool, because now I'm getting the cold water from the spring, and the lake is actually warmer, where when I was a kid, I was used to having the warmer water being a creek and the colder water being the lake. And so I was kind of able to make that connection where, this is a different place, I'm enjoying a different beach, and like, here's this other really cool water feature that a lot of people may not know about, because it's also on private property, and you have to access it through a public state park and walk along the water's edge. So, for me to go and enjoy my favorite spot in the place where I live, I have to kind of go in a roundabout way, but at least I still get to enjoy it. When I think about the Great Lakes, I think about how people need to respect them. And that might mean water rights, that the water needs to be kept within the basin for this to be as good of a resource as it is now, but also to respect the power of the Great Lakes. So the Great Lakes have a great, they're able to change our weather. They can drown people, they can sink boats. There are all these weather events related to the Great Lakes. They actually also protect us from tornadoes, because tornadoes can't really travel on water. So it's not only is this a great resource that we can swim in and we can drink from it, but it's also basically it's almost its own landform. It definitely affects things that everyone experiences in this area.